What's going on? ConYGO here. We've got another deck profile for you. I know it's been a few weeks since my last one. Unfortunately, I've not been very well, so it's kind of lacked a little bit, so I apologise. Also, we've been spending a bit of time trying to tweak the deck a little bit, try and make it a little bit better, a little bit more consistent, because we were having some problems with bricking from the last build. So literally sat down, took everything from the deck, laid it all out, and looked at what do we need, what can we cut, what helps us remain consistent. And I've actually taken a bit of feedback from the previous video, from the comments. There was a suggestion about the Aloof and Barryman, which one is a more superior summon. And for me, Barryman Solo, in how I play, is a more superior summon. However, Aloof is a very good normal summon. So with that being said, we have made some changes to this. We've kind of gone back to basics a little bit. We've cut most of the Nemesis package out, with the exception to a couple of cards. Try to minimize things a little bit. And we made some changes to the extra deck as well. Obviously, going into whatever format we're in, it's a very weird one. But it's definitely a much more fun format for me, and I can feel like I can compete a little bit more with it. Previous formats this wouldn't have stood a chance, I don't think, but current format I think is quite good. It stands its ground a little bit, but yeah, without any further ado, we'll get just straight on into it. So starting with the main deck, so our normal summons consist of 3 Barryman Solar and then 3 Aloof Lupine. That's it. Batterman obviously getting the dump of 1 to grave, but also if one special summon, it can then special summon token, so you've got extra fodder. And then Aloof, banish 1 from hand, and then if that's successful, banish another 1 from deck. If you've got a raw in hand or a dark in hand, you will banish that, and then banish the other one from your deck, so you can get both special summon and a search. Typically I will search Hawk off of the dark effect if it's not interrupted, but if you do normal summon Lupine and activate the effect, you still get the banish from hand because the banish from hand is cost. Nice and simple for normal summons there. Then on to the Thunder Dragon lineup itself. We've kind of minimized this a little bit and altered it because I did try having the 3 OG, but we've got 3 Thunder Dragon Dark, 3 Raw, 3 Hawk, 2 Matrix, and then we've got 1 Thunder Dragon Fusion. I did have the 3 OG Thunder Dragons in here, but what tended to happen when I had the 3, when I tested it with the 3, is that I was seeing 2 of them in hand. Always. Like, there was no change to it. I was always seeing 3 in hand. 2 in hand, sorry. So I was getting 1 discard to search and only having 1 body in the graveyard, which wasn't really helping that much with it. So I decided to cut the OG out and just go with these. I did also test it with 2 Thunder Dragon Fusion, but 1 is all that I really need for this one. But that's pretty much it. And then obviously your Matrix and your Dark are both quick effects for the discards, so you can activate those during your opponent's turn if you've got Titan on board. Provided that there's no response, you can chain Titan to it and pop one of their cards. Then on to the Bestials. So we've got 3 Lebellion, 1 Jerusalem, 1 Magnemite, 1 Baldrake, and then 1 Sarania, and then capping it off with 1 Regained. Because a lot of this deck is getting banished through either the Bestial effects or through your own effects, having Regained is a really good card, just because you can put back and then draw, but also if you've got Bestials in grave from linking off or anything like that, you can get a special summon if they special summon. So it's a very good card in my opinion. I'm quite happy with it. I do want to look at upping it to 2 to 2 Lebellion, to 2 Druris Worm. I do need to get my hands on a second copy of one, but it is expensive, so not quite yet. Then we've got a small Chaos package. So one, the Baby Black, the Baby White, Levianeer, Chaos Creator, Chaos Emperor, and then a Chaos Space. Obviously these 3 being level 8 bodies, along with Lebellion and the Colossus as well. Those work really well with our extra deck a little bit, because we have made some little changes. I want to try out a little tech card to see if it works. But yeah, nothing major in terms of Chaos package. It's a good package, and it does help to have all these in there, because they all banish light and darks. So you're always going to get effects off as well. So like additional like non-engine but good cards. So got a Corridor, Protoss, a Gold Sark, and then we have 3 Allure of Darkness. Allure of Darkness is always going to be a really good card. Same with Gold Sark, just to get additional draws from the Allure, but also the banish as well. What I would suggest and heavily recommend, through my own mistakes, do not activate Allure of Darkness unless you already have a dark monster in your hand. I did it as a gamble and lost everything in my hand, so I had no follow through. So yeah, be sensible. Also with Corridor as well, the reason why Corridor is really good for this is it's a thunder monster. It has an effect that activates in hand to special summon itself by recycling your material, and then once you summon it, you can immediately tribute it off into a Colossus. And then Protoss is in there because we've got we've actually got 4 attributes in this. Mostly light and dark, but then you've got the 1 wind. But obviously that will come in next on the 4th one. So like Hand, Trappy, Ball Breaker Ribbits. So nice and simple. We've got 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Nibiru, 3 Droplet, and then 3 Imperm. Nothing major here. Nice and simple. The side deck that I've got currently is very interchangeable with these, and also with the Nemesis cards and the Chaos package as well, should we need to swap things out. But yeah, nothing major. Kind of like very straightforward staples that everyone would have. The deck count for the main deck is also 50 cards. I did have it. It was at an awkward 52, and I cut a couple out, so we went to 50 on the dot. Onto the extra deck, which is a part that everyone really likes. So we've got 3 Thunder Dragon Colossus, 2 Thunder Dragon Titan, along with a Chaos Angel. Then onto the links. So again, another suggestion from the last video. I've got a cross sheep in here with IP, SP, which are mandatory in most decks now. Nightmare Phoenix, a Nightmare Unicorn, along with an access code talker. And then we've got 3 XEs in this. So 2 very good ones. So I've got a Typhon Sky Crisis along with a Zeus Sky Thunder. And then this one. This is the little tech card that I'm going to be trying out. See how it works. Because from what I gathered, I found this like in my binder and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try that one. Especially with what we're playing against in current format. But, say, number 15, Giant Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder. So level 8, it requires, it's a generic rank 8, sorry. Requiring 2 level 8 monsters, and then up to twice per turn during your main phase 1, you can detach 1 material, and then target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and then if that was an Xyz monster, you inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. Doesn't seem like it's that great, but this, if you have Droplet, and you got Droplet, send 2, negate their 2 Ryziels, and then you get into this, detach 2, you burn them for a bare minimum 3k. I forgot what the other... I know there's Ryziel Detonator and Ryziel Duo Drive, which are obviously the 2 problems. But you can burn it, you can destroy them both, and if they're negated as well, then you can still burn them. Best part is it's its original attack, so even though its attack is halved by droplet, you still deal the full damage of that monster's original attack. It's really weird. I have tested this on YGO Omega, and it has come up quite well. I've actually been very impressed with it. So I do want to test it face to face, see how it goes. But yeah, so that's the deck as it stands. We may end up making a few more changes to it, and things like that, depending on stuff that we get in later sets. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it. If you do have any suggestions on ways that we can make this deck better or improve it in any way, shape or form, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Do really appreciate it. And if you do like what you see, feel free to drop a like and even subscribe, as it does help me out and it does encourage me to keep making more content. But thank you ever so much for watching. As always, I appreciate the support, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.